Have you been gaining weight mostly around your midsection and upper back? Or maybe you have been feeling way more tired than usual. You could be dealing with high cortisol levels. And let me tell you, it's no fun. Besides weight gain, you could also be dealing with undesirable changes in your skin and hair. Interested in knowing more about it? In today's video, we will be talking about warning signs of high cortisol levels and what to do to bring them down. Could your strenuous exercise regime be a reason for high cortisol levels? Let's find out. A little background about cortisol. Before we move ahead with the discussion, we first need to know what cortisol is. You have adrenal glands that produce a hormone called cortisol. It gets a sort of bad reputation, mainly because it is considered a stress hormone. But cortisol is important to keep you healthy. Most cells in your body have cortisol receptors. This hormone plays a crucial role in several bodily functions, like regulating your blood sugar levels and metabolism functions. Your body also produces cortisol in response to a threat or possible harm. Cortisol is released into the bloodstream as a natural response to stress. It is meant to be helpful to trigger the fight or flight response in your body in the face of danger. While it was a natural response from your body that was helpful during the caveman era, it may not be of the same use now. This is especially true because we are under a lot more stress in the modern era due to various other factors apart from simply physical danger. So it is normal to have higher amounts of cortisol from time to time in your body. But as is often the case with a good thing, too much cortisol can end up being harmful to you in the long run. It can sometimes happen that your body is making too much cortisol on a consistent basis. This could be due to a health-related issue that demands the immediate attention of a healthcare professional. But how do you know if there is too much cortisol in your body? There are a few signs you can look out for. Signs and symptoms of high cortisol levels. 1. Backaches and headaches. Do you find yourself constantly fighting off backaches? Have headaches become a new normal for you? Don't accept these health challenges as a part of your life. Backaches and muscle aches can be one of the signs you have too much cortisol in your body. When your body produces a high amount of cortisol over a long period of time, your adrenal glands can become depleted. If that happens, the prolactin levels in your body go up. With higher levels of prolactin in the system, you would be more sensitive to pain. This would make you feel all kinds of muscle aches in the body more acutely. When there is a high level of cortisol in your body, it can also shrink the hippocampus area of your brain. The high levels of cortisol can end up causing migraines. So, the next time you find yourself complaining about frequent headaches, do yourself a favor and get checked. 2. Lack of sleep. Are you a night owl? As much fun as it is to stay up late at night and binge watch your favorite Netflix series, it is not good for your body at all. Lack of sleep can trigger other health problems and raise your cortisol levels. Stress could also play a major role in this. When you are stressed, you tend not to sleep well. You toss and turn in bed the whole night. This is because of high cortisol levels, which can impact your sleep even if you need to rest. Ideally, your cortisol levels would drop at night. Your body can then relax and fall asleep. But when the cortisol levels remain high, you won't get adequate rest, even if you have been tired from working all day. Did we get you interested in knowing more about healthy sleep habits? You can watch our video on healthy drinks you can drink before bed to help you sleep faster and better. 3. Feeling tired. Sometimes, even when you have slept for 8 hours in the night, you don't feel refreshed. You still feel tired from the previous day, and the sleep doesn't seem to have fixed it. This is another sign that you have too much cortisol in your body. When the adrenal glands deplete, you are very likely to experience chronic fatigue. So no matter how much time you sleep, you still tend to wake up tired. If you cannot muster up the will to get out of bed, even if you are not currently sleeping, it's very likely you are under great stress. Your high cortisol levels make you predisposed to wanting to stay in bed and not do any physical activity. 4. Weight gain. No matter how careless you are with your diet, you'll still have an idea if you're reckless. Snacking is leading to weight gain. But if you are doing everything right yet are unable to single out the reason for weight gain, it could be a sign your cortisol levels are messed up. It is especially true when you're unable to get rid of the fat in your abdomen area. You could be doing the right kinds of exercises, eating healthy, and making informed lifestyle choices. Yet there is no change. All of these could be a result of high cortisol levels in your body. When your body has an excess of cortisol, its fat distribution process gets impacted. This leads to the unpleasant surprise of finding most of the fat stored in the abdomen. So, the next time you're worried about getting rid of your muffin top, try to bring your cortisol levels down naturally. 5. Fall sick easily. Do you fall sick frequently? Or catch infections rather easily? Your coworker sitting a few desks away has a cold. No matter how careful you are, you still end up with a cold. If this sounds similar, we have news for you. It could be that high levels of cortisol are compromising your health. Cortisol is good for the fight or flight response, but high levels end up altering your body's natural processes. For instance, your body has natural repair mechanisms that make sure you don't fall ill easily due to infections or viruses. But cortisol affects the immune system, causing you to fall sick. The natural defense against germs is switched off, making you ill far more frequently than would be normal. If you notice that's been the case with you, it's a sign you need to get your cortisol levels checked. You don't want to be exposed to viruses without a defense mechanism. It could be dangerous. 6. Craving unhealthy food. We all love eating junk food. And it is okay to enjoy your favorite fast food once in a while. But if you find yourself craving fried and high sugar and salt foods constantly, the alarm bells in your brain should ring. Craving unhealthy foods constantly, so much so that you cannot concentrate on anything else, could be a sign your cortisol levels are messed up. Wondering what the correlation is between the two? Well, when your cortisol levels are high, your blood sugar levels also go up. Due to this, you run the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The high glucose levels also end up boosting your insulin levels. That brings down your blood sugar levels quickly. This may seem like a good thing, but the downside is that you end up craving high-calorie food due to this fall in sugar levels. Considering unhealthy food is easily accessible, it is usually the go-to food. You end up snacking a lot in between meals. You would not only eat a lot more unhealthy food, but you would also develop a dependency. Whenever you feel stressed, you reach for these unhealthy snacks as a form of comfort food. This not only ruins your health but could also give you problems like an unhealthy food addiction.